morning, boomers. Good afternoon, should I say. It's the voice of the blockchain here, Satoshi's biggest cousin, cryptography's finest. Bitcoin getting stronger out there on the markets. Last time I checked, it was inching over 10K. We'll be checking out today's mathematics, talking about the good news out there. Looks like it's doing better than we expected. Recovery, breaking 10K. There's some positive statements. Looks like the sentiment's pretty good after that congressional hearing that we had yesterday. Indeed. Shout out to all the boomers. Make sure you're touching the buttons, the like, the subscribe, the post notification bell, the ding ding. Button it up. Stay tuned in to the good crypto word that we spread here daily. Hello, boomers. Today we're going up, says GT. It's looking good out there. It's looking good out there. You know, it's still a consolidation period. I think unless we break like 11K, maybe closer to 12K, I don't think we're back in the complete bull run yet. But it's nice to see things over 10K regardless. I think it's better than most expected for the short term. Shout out to all the boomers out there. Make sure you're touching and caressing the buttons. We'll be talking about this perhaps Bitcoin recovery that's occurring right now. Bitcoin currently going over 10K. Let me go ahead and turn off these coins, share my screen, hit refresh, see today's current mathematics out there. Bitcoin at $10,008, up 3.65%. I saw it go a little higher, but definitely the sentiment's looking better than just yesterday. I want to sell my Litecoin back, but my exchange blocked it, says GT. We'll be talking about Litecoin again. I have some Litecoin having scenarios pulled up there via CoinDesk. One of the articles that came out today. Ether, they're at 216. I want to see Ether gain weight. And listen, you know, as slow and as slim and weak as Ether's looking, just like Vitalik is, I still think that there's hope for Ether, guys. Especially as I see EOS slipping in the rankings right now. I don't see a viable competitor. I'll be honest with you. And then this decentralized finance apps that they have on top of Ether, I think that there's something there. There's something there. I'm not going to let go of my bag. Litecoin there at $96. It's a rough hold with Litecoin at this point. I got more lights than I have ETH, I believe. And you know, at this point, I would expect Litecoin to be more like 150, closer to 200. I was reading this article and they say after the halving, they're not even expecting much action and may just trade sideways. We're going to pull up some charts. You got Bitcoin Cash there at 323. Bitcoin Cash was going at it with Litecoin, trying to get that number 4 spot. It looks like Litecoin has positioned itself. I think it's more of, you know, although Bitcoin Cash has that name brand, I think Litecoin has the first mover advantage when it comes to an alternative to Bitcoin. So that's why I'm rocking with Litecoin. I believe there's something there. You got Binance over there at $27. Anything under $30 with Binance is seeming okay to the champ, although I feel like we have enough Binance in our bag, you know, our community crypto portfolio that we've been managing, a virtual portfolio. We have a good chunk of Binance out there. I see Main Event out here. Hussein says next bull run 2019. He says, upon his GT says no more 10K, 99.70. Yeah, it's teetering there at 10K. Batman says BTC is going back to 12K this week. Rate cuts. Yeah, how about those rate cuts? The Fed, historical. I'm not sure if it's confirmed or not. I know that, you know, they were talking about it. I didn't see the chairman come out and say it yet, but I'm expecting that he did. I just haven't checked the headlines, but I know that everybody is basically expecting a rate cut, and chances are they already cut it. First time in over 10 years since the 2008 crisis. What this is doing is making your money worthless at the end of the day, and you know, making it easier for people to have fiat to buy Bitcoin. If you ask the champ, okay, you got EOS there at 433. Bitcoin Satoshi Vision is a garbage bag at 147. Stellar at 8 cents. Cardano at 6 cents. Tron at 2 cents. You got Monero over there at 81, Leo at 132, Dash at 107. Where's my chain linkers? Because linkers is kind of stinkers lately. I'll be honest with you. It's slipping in the rankings. Went from 16 to 19. What's up with that? It's at 218. Fed cut a quarter point. Market wanted half a point. Okay, the Fed cut the quarter point. So it's Mark D's out there confirming for us. But it's still historical. First time they're cutting rates since the 2008 crisis. Mikey Bravo says, Baby Bear coming in hot. I see you, Mikey. Champ, I just heard Fed's going to cut interest rate and it's going to devalue the dollar. The people who invest in saving, they'll get less profit in the years. They'll gain less profit through the years with fiat. Yeah, indeed. That's what's going on. I mean, just making money cheaper, basically. To get money, it's cheaper. So, if money's cheaper, then literally it's cheaper. It's worth less. It's not worth more. So that's what's going on, boomers. We know this. We know this. And we were expecting it. The champ said this last week and before. And, I said, expect a rate cut out there. And, I hope you guys are seeing the future and you already have an alternative. That's all I got to say. Beans and Rice says no credit check on new cars and home mortgages. No worry. The market is strong, says Beans and Rice. Yeah, that's what they want to tell you. And, so they're getting this easy, free, worth less money and buying more stocks with it. And it gives you the illusion that things are booming. But, at the end of the day, it still costs more, it seems, to buy a gallon of milk, and the rent is too damn high. It keeps going up. Just the basic things continue to go up. There was a meme I had pulled up about a few months ago. What Bitcoin could buy you compared to $1, in 2012. Then it compared. What one Bitcoin could buy you back in like 2010 or 2012 and what one Bitcoin could buy you now. So what it is that one Bitcoin is going to be able to buy you more and more and more as time progresses is what we expect out here. Again, we don't have the magical crystal ball, but we're definitely gunning for the bits long term. Queen's Racist says, Champ, does this mean Kit Kat will be like $2? It seems like even the sodas now, it's like $1, it keeps going up. Soda's more expensive. Kit Kat will be $2. A Snicker will be $3. I remember when things were like 50 cents, 25 cents. You go to McDonald's, which you shouldn't be, and people are spending $10, $12 on a combo, back when it was like $4 or $5. Shout out to Niagara Gardner. Let me drop a bomb for you. Easy credit and high home prices, bad combo in my opinion, says Main Event. You know the deal. I think this is a runaway train, boomers, and we're expecting it. And brace for impact, and make sure you have metals, make sure you have crypto, and make sure you have hard assets and weather the storm. Keep one in the chamber as it starts to blow. I mean, it could happen in a month, 2 months, 2 years, 5 years. I don't know. But, I don't see how this is sustainable if you ask me personally. Main Event says there's no more dollar menu. Really? Is there no more dollar menu? I don't know. I haven't been checking out for the dollar menu, but Batman says McDonald's has the value menu now, that the dollar menu that shows you how the dollar has gone down. Exactly. So you can't even, McDonald's doesn't even have a dollar menu anymore, boomers. I'm just finding out here via Main Event and Batman, our boomer brothers, that McDonald's no longer has a dollar menu. If that's not proof of what's going down, guys, the Mick, Ronald himself doesn't have a dollar menu anymore. I'll tell you guys, pretty soon you're going to see Bitcoin being accepted by Ronald himself, Ronald McDonald. Beans and Rice says, exactly, Champ, 29 cents ice cream cone at McD's 30 years ago. There you go. Main Event says, haven't eaten Mickey D's in 3 years, thankfully. But yeah, it's a good, congrats. Mickey D's, it's probably not the best thing to be eating out there. But, for the purpose of this example, there's no more dollar menu at Mickey D's, boomers. You tell me what's going on. When you don't even have a dollar menu anymore, things are looking grim. McDonald's is booming bigger than ever before. Stock all-time high, says Mark D. Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you what, as after the Mick did their rebrand about 5-6 years ago, it seems like they remodeled all their locations, or a majority of them. And they got the Mick Cafe, and, they're booming. They're selling it, guys. I mean, as far as a profitable business, the Mick, they're still selling burgers. They don't even need a dollar menu anymore. Shout out to Blockchain Susha. Another crypto brother just stepped into the box. I was just letting all the boomers know. Thanks to Main Event and Batman, they just let me know that there's no more dollar menu at the MIC, guys. The dollar's worthless, or it's becoming so. Bitcoin going up to 10,020 over there on Bitstamp. And I expect it to kaboom into the mid to long term. I still think that we're in a consolidation period. If you ask the champ, I won't get too excited or ring the alarms until we get closer to 12 and 13. You know, if we're not topping over 13.8, I don't think it's a sign of a clear bull run. I think that we're still going to be in this $10,000 range. And it's nice that we haven't, dipped under 9. That's a good sign. I was just saying 88. That's what I was saying. 88 seemed like a possibility, maybe as low as 85. But thankfully, things are a little stronger, or appear to be getting stronger than I expected. Silver is a good deal right now, says Batman. Let's look at the price of silver right here on TradingView. Let's look at the price of silver right here on TradingView, my boomers. Where is it? I had it somewhere up here. There it is. Silver. 1645. Look at the silver charts. So it's a little slight dip. There's a little dippage. Is that, being that the money is cheaper now, people are taking out money and they're trying to ride the train, get it while it's hot. It's kind of like, never mind. Let me just stop right there. Never mind. I was going to go on a tangent. But sometimes you got to keep things for yourself. Mark D says silver touch high 40s 2010. Stay away from silver. Bad investment, says Mark D. Now, my understanding is that the silver markets are manipulated. That the majority of the silver is owned by like JP and Sons. Batman says Queen says, Batman, I racked up silver at 14. Okay. Now it says 1643. Listen, I got a little silverage. Okay. I definitely got a little silverage. On says is a good idea of investing in MonaCoin. I don't know about MonaCoin, and I'm not giving anybody investment advice. This is not the channel for you, owner B. Batman says smart move. Silver to gold ratio is crazy right now. Never been this high. Silver would probably try to catch up to gold. I think as compared to gold, silver is undervalued. Yeah, it's definitely undervalued. And my understanding is that silver has plenty of applications in the industrial applications. 10,001. We may see a dip under 10 right now, briefly, if you're checking out the charts. So let's check out this article that I have there on link down below on Cointelegraph. Bitcoin recovery breaks back over 10K. I like this little meme with the bit with the sunglasses. I think we're due for a rebrand out here, boomers. I think that, I may spruce up the champ logo, maybe throw some shades on it. Let me know if you're a graphic designer. We did the last time we did the logo, we did a contest, and I gave out some Steam, like $100 worth of Steam or something like that. So I may do something similar. Let me know if you're a graphic artist or if you're interested in getting down with that. Wednesday, July 31st, says the article, after falling below the 10K barrier on July 27th and splashing around in the mid-9s for the intervening days, Bitcoin is back in the 5 figures as of 3:15 p.m. UTC, says the article. Let's see where the juiciness is in this article. Yesterday, we saw hearings on broad crypto regulations before the U.S. Senate Banking Committee. We talked about that, during which committee chair Mike Crapo, guys, stated that if the United States were to decide we don't want cryptocurrency to happen in the United States and try to ban it, I'm pretty confident we couldn't succeed in doing that because this is a global innovation, says Mr. Crapo from the U.S. Senate Banking Committee. Kaboom. So, I think this is good news. I think that, we saw this dippage under 10 due in part to this possible regulation, this little hearing. And, we talked about it yesterday. And, I think people were treading lightly. But since nothing bad came out of it, and in fact, this guy's saying that, they shouldn't even try. If we were to decide it wouldn't work, he's confident it wouldn't work, and he's on the committee. I think that's a good sign. Batman says to ban Bitcoin, they've had to shut down the internet. So even the guys in Congress, they admitted that it's probably they're confident that it couldn't succeed. So I think that at this point we're only going to see more adoption. If you ask a boomer like myself, this week we also saw $55,000 predictions for Bitcoin from a formerly bearish Joe Kernan of CNBC. We covered that as well. Let's check out what they say on CoinGape. This one is linked down below as well. Bitcoin breaks 10K amidst rising positive sentiments. And I think that there's positive sentiments after this hearing. There wasn't much negativity coming out of the hearing. So are there bears still around? This is out of CoinGape. Bitcoin broke above 10K. The rise can be attributed to the positive sentiment around the crypto regulation. Bitcoin avoided another fatal fall. A price bounced a second time from the swing lows at 94. So it bottomed out at 94. Social media sentiments are also on the rise. Maddie Greenspan, the senior market analyst at eToro, said, as can be seen from the data at the TIE.io, tweeters are incredibly positive now that we've seen a solid bounce off the $9,000 support level. Okay, nevertheless, you got Tone Vase. He's negative. It seems like he's always calling for 3,000 or something is what my understanding. Every time his name comes up here in the population of the chat box, sometimes it doesn't reflect positively as far as where he expects the price to go. Sometimes in the first 2 weeks of August, I give it about a 70% chance that it's going to go to 9,000. So, he's negative despite all the positivity out there. So, people got to brand themselves somehow. But shout out to him regardless. I know he's been in the space for a while. So stack the bits, says Blockchain Susha. Mark D says government can easily ban gold. They did it before. Absolutely, they did it in the Great Depression. But that was only temporary. It didn't last. And, here we are now. It's like they try to ban alcohol and that was changed as well, These things won't last. Even if they do, it would only be temporary if you ask a boomer as myself, from my personal opinion. Funny how a $500 move in Bitcoin is now considered a recovery. Yeah, they're calling it a recovery now, But, since it's over 10K, I think that's good, Blockchain Susha says he can't take Tone Vase serious. Now, I do subscribe, but I'm not really catching up on the videos, and my understanding is that people are not happy with what he has to say nowadays, according to the population of the chat box. So I frankly don't care. So I'll skip that. It's good to listen to bears like Tone. Got to get more than one perspective. There you go. Okay, that's something. I'll give that a bone. It's true. Sometimes you got to listen to more than one perspective. I can respect that. And that's probably why I'm still sub, because I check out the headlines. And sometimes it's good to hear something, that's you're not in agreement with. Shout out to Crypto Stacks. He says Tone was right. Bull trap of 14K LMAO. Susha says he always looks like he's pilled out. Yeah, so I really don't even care to talk about him that much. So what else besides that? Mikey Bravo says, Champ, what do you think about all this PoonDX business with Samsung? Mikey, we talked about that yesterday. I think that's good. I think that Samsung's making a move. I think that Apple needs to get on their P's and Q's. And while people are expecting, Backed and these financial outlets to boost crypto adoption, I think Samsung and the mobile device industry is probably a better route for crypto adoption, if you ask me. So, it's a good thing, Samsung. And, Korea, they're more crypto friendly than here in the States. And what we said this yesterday, we can't fall behind in the Western world. Asia's booming. Other countries are booming. And while we're here talking about regulation, this, that, and the third, the blockchain's here to stay. And that it's not going to stop. And you could see what the gentleman from the banking committee said. What did he say again? He says that you can't stop the bits. This is a global innovation. I'm pretty confident they wouldn't succeed in doing that because this is a global innovation. They can't stop the train. You hear the train. That's not the train. That's not the train. This is the train. All aboard! All aboard the crypto bit train. Is that something you're going to dip into, says Mikey Bravo? I'm not into that. No, I don't like keeping crypto on the phone, and I never picked up Poon DX, I'll be honest with you. I think, though, it's a good thing. I wouldn't put crypto on my phone now. Maybe, a few bucks and treat it like, maybe like 10, 20 bucks or $100 of crypto, but I wouldn't, move my bags on my phone. That's not something I would move like. But, I think it's a good thing that Samsung's equipping their phones with cryptocurrency wallets. Punish says, we boomed the train. That's right. Nino says, what you like better, Link or Lite? I like them both. I think that, Litecoin's been around longer. It's got, it's definitely got more seniority. But Link, if I'm not mistaken, they just partnered with Zilliqa today. They partnered with Google. And, I started picking up more Links. And, I like Link, although the past week or so, it hasn't been performing well. Punish GT says, Lite for sure. Lite's been around for a longer time, but Link does have potential to gain weight, as it has. Pepe says, what's your thoughts on Matic? It's interesting that you brought that up. Matic seems to be like some sort of scalable solution for Ethereum, like a side chain or whatnot. And a couple of boomers have brought it to my attention. And it does look promising. Let's look at the price of Matic, actually. That's definitely one that I would consider looking at. And it's still a little low cap coin. Yeah, rank 163. This one's down. I like this one. I've checked this one out. Although the chart doesn't look all that good, Matic describes itself as a layer 2 scaling solution that uses side chains for off-chain computation while ensuring asset security, using the Plasma framework and a decentralized proof of stake validators. Yeah, this is like a scaling solution for Ether. This is the Plasma that they were talking about for Ether. See, Matic Network brings massive scale to Ether using adaptive version of Plasma. Right. Yeah, I looked into this. I like this one. I'm going to be honest with you. And I've seen a couple people, I think some Steamosaurus has brought this one up. Thanks for bringing it up, guys. You guys want to check it out, and I'm going to put this one on my watch list. Blockchain says, judging from the tone of the two hearings watched last week, says Blockchain Susha, I don't think the U.S. is going to let the world outpace them in blockchain tech. To a certain degree, there already are, but hopefully they're becoming aware. It seems like this year, you've gotten more education amongst the government ranks about crypto, and hopefully, they don't stifle innovation. Batman says Link is an Oracle solution. Litecoin is a faster Bitcoin. Yeah, those two don't compete. Litecoin's peer-to-peer cash. Link does other stuff. Blockchain says Matic can scale any blockchain, even Bitcoin. That's interesting. Yeah, like I said, a few people have brought it to my attention, and I definitely I'm going to keep it in my radar because so far it's checking out all right. Like button kaboom, says main event. Yeah, indeed. Touch all those buttons for me. Thank you, main event. Nino says Litecoin's breaking out. Let's check out Litecoin over here against Bitcoin, because at the end of the day, if you're not stacking more bits, then what are you doing, boomers? You want to go get that worthless fiat that they're giving away for free, basically? At this point, I wouldn't doubt it that the interest rate is eventually going to be 0%. It's a runaway train. They got to keep... They got to keep patching the holes in the boat. Where's my Litecoin here? There it is. Litecoin against BTC. That's Litecoin against Binance. I know I got it here somewhere. There it is. Here's the Litecoin charts. Wow. Nice little pump on Litecoin. How about that? Litecoin looking sexy. Look at these candles. A couple erections this morning. Boom. You know, I want to see Litecoin at least at 0.01. And it seems like it's testing 0.01 Satoshi. Right now it's at 0.009897, excuse me. Nice. 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 I like this. This is a good sign, boomers. Now, let's talk about Litecoin now that you guys brought it up. Litecoin is having soon what's happening and what you should know. I'll link this one after the broadcast. This one's on CoinDesk if you're going to check it out. It's a new article today. So Litecoin doubled its value in the first quarter. To a certain extent, it's like Litecoin already made its gains in anticipation for the halving. You know, prices went as high as 140 and then fell back to 80. Okay. You know, Litecoin started trading at $30 in January. So, like, you know, it kind of pumped already in a way. And you could see let's look at this chart here. This is, I believe this is the chart for the last halving. So, yeah, there's usually a sell-off and then a little spike and then a little sideways trading. And then a pump, a sell-off, and then a pullback ahead of halving. Litecoin leading the broader market higher with 100% gains in the first quarter, followed by a rise to highs of above 145. Yet the recent drop to $80 is reminiscent of the price action seen in months ahead of the previous reward halving, which took place August 2015. Back then, the prices bottomed out at $1.12 in January and peaked at $8.72 in July before falling back to $2.55 by August 25th. More importantly, following the reward halving, prices remained trapped largely in a narrow range of $2.50 to $5.50 before picking up strong in April 2017. So it peaked at $8 before the last halving, fell to $2.55, and then after the halving traded sideways between $2.50 and $5.50, and then didn't start pumping back till 2017. If history is a guide, then Litecoin may trade in a sideways manner post next week reward halving, unless Bitcoin makes a move towards the record high of 20K. So there you go. Read this article. I'm going to have it linked down below. This is on CoinDesk, boomers. This is on CoinDesk. Litecoin looking sexy, at least. I'm glad that it's moving, though. But Decentraland wants to scan your face to create an account. You know, so does Apple and them, you know, right? Don't they want to? They're already scanning your face. I don't like that. I don't like this biometrics. I have Litecoin, so I almost in profit says punish. There you go. Niagara Gardner says Litecoin. Main event says having Monday. Yeah, the article said next week. I don't know exactly when, but yeah, I think it's very soon. Batman said the Fed officially cut 25 basis points. There you go. Yeah, we expected it. Mikey Bravo says, can someone clarify? I hear the halving soon, but others say in May. I don't get it. The halving for Litecoin is next week. And I think the halving for Bitcoin is in May or sometime next summer. Okay, so it's, you know, there's different halvings. So Litecoin's is happening next week. Bitcoin's next year. Fed just cut interest rate by 0.25%. I'm watching now, leaving the door open for more cuts before the year end. Ooh, for more cuts. Wow. Okay, there you go. There you go. So they cut the rates. Money's cheaper. And we talked about this at the beginning of the broadcast. The money is literally worth less. It's cheaper. It's not worth more. Okay, so there you go, guys. That's all I got to say. Mikey says, okay, got it, champ. Thank you. Yeah, there no problem there, Mikey. You know, each coin runs on their own blockchain, or the majority do. Certainly, Litecoin has its own blockchain and Bitcoin has its own blockchain. Litecoin's halving is next week. So there you go, guys. We've been streaming for about half an hour. You know, I want to keep it about 30 minutes for the algos. See how that shakes and bakes. If there's any difference between, you know, this and 45-minute streams or hour streams, how we normally used to do it just a few weeks ago. But let's try. You know, let's try something different. I encourage you guys to bookmark the page out here, boomers. Bookmark this page. There's a low probability of you getting a post notification, even if you click the ding ding. chances are, you know, you're not going to get it. YouTube's not being friendly to boomers as myself. Okay. Or you either, because they're not sending you the notification. So, you know, make sure you bookmark the page. Check us out in the early afternoons, Eastern Standard Time. We'll be here with the daily kapump, the daily kaboom out there. Thanks for all you do, champ, says Main Event. I appreciate it, Main Event. Thanks for what you do out there. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Let me drop a bomb. I appreciate all the boomers out here, all my cryptomaniac brothers that build with me here every single day. You're either building or destroying boomers. And, you know, you got to choose the side. You're either a boomer or a doomer, okay? Click the like, sub, and bell, says GT indeed. Thank you so much, guys. On that note, I'm out of here. I encourage you guys to hit the gym. I'll be out there tomorrow doing my deadlifts. It's my favorite day of the week. I'll let you know how that goes, and I'll be back tomorrow with a good crypto word. It's the voice of the blockchain here, Satoshi's biggest cousin, cryptography's finest, Champagne Crypto. Thanks for tuning